The Phoenix Suns are quietly preparing for the end of the Kevin Durant era. After a disappointing 36-46 season, which ended without a playoff appearance and with head coach Mike Budenholzer shown the door, Phoenix is now working behind the scenes with Durant's camp to explore trade scenarios before the NBA draft on June 25th. The conversations are active and the league is listening. Durant was supposed to be the missing piece. Paired with Devin Booker and Bradley Beal, the Suns built a super team with championship intentions. On paper, it looked dangerous, but in reality, it unraveled quickly. The trio never developed chemistry, their defense cratered, and Phoenix finished the year out of sync, out of ideas, and out of the postseason. Now, the organization is pivoting again, with Jordan Ott hired as head coach and a front office unsure of which direction to take. A reset is firmly on the table, and Durant, who turns 37 before next year's playoffs, is unlikely to sign up for another undefined season. He still wants to win. The Suns know they're not close. That disconnect is why both sides are reportedly aligned on finding a landing spot. Durant remains one of the league's most efficient scorers. Last season, he averaged 26.6 points, 6 rebounds, and 4.2 assists, while shooting over 52% from the field and 43% from 3. But his game has shifted. He plays in shorter bursts, relies more on perimeter touches, and doesn't consistently carry the defensive load. He's still elite, but clearly in the later stages of his peak. His contract situation adds urgency. He's under contract for one more season at nearly $50 million. It's a massive salary, but the short term could appeal to contenders looking for a final push without long-term risk. Multiple teams are preparing offers, and Phoenix is listening. The message is clear. If the right deal comes, they'll move him. For the Suns, the goal is twofold: return value without tanking. They're not chasing a full rebuild. They want pieces that can contribute immediately, ideally young veterans or flexible contracts, along with picks to refill their empty draft cupboard. That narrows the field considerably. They're not moving Durant for expiring deals and G League flyers. It has to be real. The timing couldn't be more delicate. Phoenix doesn't want this to drag into free agency. If they're going to move Durant, they want to do it by draft night. That gives them a clearer offseason plan and prevents the distraction from hanging over the roster. Internally, there's acknowledgement that this move is more than a transaction. It's a shift in identity. The super team experiment is effectively over. Booker is still the franchise face, but Beal's injuries and contract have complicated his value, and the supporting cast is thin. Trading Durant would signal a new direction, one more grounded in balance than star power. Meanwhile, Durant's camp is reportedly aligned with the process. He's not pushing publicly, but he's ready. He wants a chance to compete deep into the playoffs, and Phoenix no longer offers that. Privately, his interest in teams with structure, playoff-ready rosters, and strong leadership has been communicated. He knows what kind of situation he's looking for. He's not chasing limelight, he's chasing wins. With contenders lurking and Phoenix prepared to talk, the next few weeks could shape not only Durant's future, but the balance of power in the league. Wherever he lands, it's going to matter. To the standings, to the playoff picture, to the story of his career. The question isn't if Kevin Durant can still help a team win. It's which team is bold enough and ready enough to bet that he's the final piece. If the Suns are ready to move Kevin Durant, the question becomes, who can make it happen? Not every team is built to take on a 36-year-old superstar with a $50 million salary and a short contract. Durant isn't a development piece. He's a weapon for teams trying to win now. That narrows the market fast. But the team's still on the board. They're serious, aggressive, and watching Phoenix closely. The team most frequently linked to Durant in recent weeks is the Minnesota Timberwolves. Fresh off back-to-back deep playoff runs, they have a contending roster built around Anthony Edwards and a belief that they're one elite scorer away from a title. Reports suggest Durant and Edwards have built a close relationship since their time together with Team USA, and Edwards, now the undisputed leader of the franchise, is reportedly pushing for the front office to explore it. The Wolves have the assets to make a deal work. The Western Conference is finalists from this this year proved they have what it takes to win the chip. They just need the missing piece in Durant. Minnesota also controls most of its future picks and has enough supporting pieces like Jaden McDaniels and Nickeil Alexander-Walker to sweeten the deal. But they're not alone. The San Antonio Spurs are hovering. Pairing Durant with Victor Wembanyama would immediately elevate San Antonio into national relevance and playoff contention. The Spurs own multiple first-round picks over the next 3 years, including Toronto's 2025 lottery pick. They've also got cap space and a front office that plays the long game. The risk with Durant's age and health is real, but the upside, giving Wemby a mentor and a pressure buffer, is huge. Then there's Toronto. If their Giannis pursuit doesn't materialize, pivoting to Durant keeps them aggressive. They have Scotty Barnes, Jakob Poeltl, and a deep pick stash. But Barnes has been labeled untouchable in past talks, and Durant's shorter timeline doesn't fully align with Toronto's longer-term retool. Still, Masai Ujiri is known for bold moves, and if he sees a 2-year window, he might be willing to go in. The New York Knicks are also quietly back in the mix. According to CBS Sports, they made an offer for Durant at the deadline, which Phoenix declined, but the interest reportedly never faded. With Jalen Brunson in his prime, OG Anunoby re-signed, the Knicks could revisit that package with additional picks. Durant's history with New York and the unfinished business from his Nets tenure adds drama to the possibility, but also risk. Still, Madison Square Garden doesn't shy away from noise. Atlanta is a wild card. The Hawks are reshuffling. There's speculation they could move off DeJounte Murray or even Trae Young, depending on direction. Adding Durant would instantly reshape the team's identity, but it would require a clear plan and likely a massive commitment from ownership. Each potential suitor comes with pros and cons. For Phoenix, the return has to check 2 boxes: players who help now and draft capital for the future. They're not interested in cap dumps. They don't want a tear down. That's why a deal involving Towns or a Spurs pick heavy offer makes sense. Durant is still producing at an all-NBA level, and the Suns know his value, but they also know leverage fades if they wait too long. For Durant, this isn't about lifestyle or headlines, it's about basketball. He wants structure, he wants talent, and most importantly, he wants a team that can help him chase one more championship. That's what makes Minnesota feel real. That's what makes San Antonio tempting. That's what gives every contender reason to check in. As of today, no deal is done, but league sources say things are accelerating. The Suns want clarity by the draft. Durant doesn't want a dragged out summer, and front offices across the league are running numbers, checking picks, and making quiet calls. When it happens, it'll happen fast, and when it does, the balance of power again will shift overnight.